welcome back to Industry Champions. I'm Sanaya Jean-Paul. I'm here with Chad Anifson from Silver Treasures,
Yeah.
Senior Living.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, can you tell us a little bit more about Silver Treasures? What do you do? Who do you help?
Yeah. So we are a senior housing company. We're a boutique style. So we're smaller. Our platforms are typically smaller, more intimate, more personal environment. We have, independent living, assisted living, and memory care. We assist the older population, providing services for them as they grow older. These are services that, what we call the activities of daily living. So bathing, dressing, toileting, feeding, meal service, housekeeping, laundry, all these different things. So in our communities, that's kind of what we focus on, so that we can assist these people in remaining independent.
Okay. So what does a typical day look like when someone's being assisted by somebody?
Yeah, a typical day, there's a routine to it, obviously. Everybody has their own routines. Each resident is different. We call those personal care services. So you may be someone who gets up early in the morning and wants to start your day, so we would build care plans around that. I may be someone who wants to sleep in a little bit. I don't want to go to breakfast just yet. So each day is a little different for each individual because we all want our individuality. We want to maintain that. So we'd be looking at helping somebody get up in the morning, reminding them about their medications or giving them their medications, taking them to breakfast, then coming back, partaking in maybe an engagement session, an activity or something of that nature, or maybe transporting them to one of their appointments. So each day is going to be a little bit different, but we're there to assist them throughout that entire day.
So this assistance, how does it work with somebody helping them, but they also have family members? Does that conflict?
No, I think what we do is we supplement the family, right? So the things that, lots of family members, some of them, especially the children of residents, they're possibly still raising kids. They probably have a job still. So it becomes very difficult on them to get all these things and take care of mom or dad, right? So what we do is we assist them. We support the family, so we're coming in and assisting them with hands-on assistance in all these different categories. So then the family can kind of come in and spend that quality time. The daughter or the son's not having to worry so much about, did mom eat? Did she take her medications? Has she talked to anybody today, right? So then the family can come in, spend that quality time with mom or dad, and then go home and take care of their own family.
So how did you get into this?
I wish I had a great story, but I don't. I fell into it, right? After college, I had these 2 degrees, and one was in business and one was in marketing, and I needed to have a job. And fortunately, across the street from where my grandmother lived, I was visiting her. There was looking for a marketer, and I went in and interviewed, and next thing you know, they gave me the job, and it happened to be I was the business development director for a assisted living in St. Augustine. And from there, I just kind of latched onto it. I started to realize that maybe this was my calling, so to speak. And I've been doing it now for 25 years, made my way up, through the different companies and said, this is what I wanted to do. I didn't realize it then, but now it's part of me.
Okay, so Silver Treasures Senior Living, you're very community focused, you're hands-on, you're helping our community because our population is growing in old people, especially here in Florida.
Yeah.
People are coming here to retire. Can you tell me anything else about senior living? What else do you do that's maybe more than just helping them?
Yeah, I think, right now, 11,000 people turn 65 every day in the United States, right? We may not move every resident into a Silver Treasures, but we're a resource. That's the other thing. So giving tips to families, letting them know that, it's good to look ahead. Even if you're not in need right now, it's good to look ahead. It's good to see what your options are. Go and visit some of these places. You don't have to move in tomorrow, but it's always better to have a plan than to act out of some type of tragedy, right? Mom fell, now all of a sudden she needs a place to go. Well, when we make decisions under duress, they typically don't turn out as well as if we had a decision already pre-planned. So one of the things that we do at Silver Treasures is just being a resource for the community. Again, you may not move into a Silver Treasures, but we'd love for you to look at us as a resource if you have questions about, where can my mom go? Or what are my different options? What's the difference between independent, assisted, and memory care, and skilled nursing, right? So I think as Silver Treasures, also being a resource. The other thing that we do is we have a franchise partnership too. We have a franchise program, and through that, people that come to us that have the background, whether it be a healthcare background or a business background, and they really want to get into it, but they don't really know the how to lay the groundwork. They don't know all of the navigating, all of the different regulatory pieces of it. We do that for them, and now they have a business, they have real estate, and they're caring for people in our community. So our franchise partnerships have came along very well. We have three franchises in the Jacksonville market, with more coming online throughout the Southeast. So we're pretty excited about that. So that's just another way that we help out not only future residents, but also to those that say, I want to be involved. I would love to own a business like that. How can I do it? I don't know how. Let us help you.
So with senior living, is there also a financial aspect? Because I know some senior citizens, they don't really have much, or families, they might not have much to help their parents who are getting older, grandparents.
So we have two different types, right? We have your private pay, and then we have some communities that have they're a Medicaid based, not to be confused with Medicare, right? It's two totally different things. So a Medicaid based community, and you have to be specially licensed to receive a Medicaid base, right? Now, throughout that, we have those that can afford it, and then those that can't afford the private pay, and then we have those that are right on the cusp, right? So there are some other programs out there. You have insurance companies that sell long-term health care insurance. You acquire that at an earlier age, and then that helps cover some of the cost. Our veterans, a lot of our veterans are in programs called Aid and Attendance. That covers your care cost. It's like a reimbursement program. Here in Jacksonville, we do have communities that are licensed for Medicaid Silver Treasures. Our Silver Treasures Jacksonville location off of Art Museum is a Medicaid. They have 50 beds, I think, for Medicaid, and then we also have some private pay as well. So lots of different aspects as it pertains to the financial aspect. What I would tell people is again, visit these places way before you need it, so that you know what your costs are going to look like when that time comes, right? And then maybe from there you can start kind of planning. And a lot of families will help supplement mom or dad or what have you. But get a pretty good understanding of what the costs are. Right now, the median the median dollar amount is around $6,000 a month. So here in the Jacksonville, we may be looking at an average of around $4,500 a month. Now that's for your meals, your housekeeping, your care, your medication, medication management. That doesn't cover anything outside of that, right? So, if you have, your prescriptions aren't covered underneath that. So probably getting a pretty good idea of what the costs are going to be for you before you even go in will help you plan for that.
So I know you just gave us a little bit of advice, but is there anything else for families who are looking to take care of their older people?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if moving to a community isn't your cup of tea, there are organizations out there where they'll come to your home and take care of your mom or dad or what have you, and those companies are going to charge you an hourly rate. And so again, do the math on that, right? They're going to charge you an hourly rate, and then from there you're going to have like an hour minimum. You might have to have 3 hours at $30 an hour. So you start running the math on that, right? In terms of communities are going to have different ranges. Your care levels are going to, based on what your needs are, so your care levels are going to be, some are going to be lower, some are going to be higher. Room size, apartment size, You know, you don't necessarily need a 2-bedroom, 2-bath in an assisted living when you have all the common space and all the areas that you can go and partake in, the different activity rooms, the dining room, and those areas. So, you know, lots of opportunities to kind of drill down and try to make it as affordable as possible for yourself.
Wow, I really love just hearing about what you do at Silver Treasures. Older people are very important, and they're very prevalent in our community. They hold a lot of history and advice, and taking care of them is really important. So thank you so much
You're welcome.
for being here today and sharing with us what you do.
Yeah.
And please, for more, go on dailynewsnetwork.com.